And we are back. Roll up, everybody gather, come and join. One man went to mow. It's just a little bit of a soupçon of a session this time around. It's not the full dish. It's just over an hour if we're lucky, and that is even if anybody is coming to participate. It's just really to maintain that momentum of doing an afternoon session. So just a quickie, as you if you have it that way, as you would have it. Just a quickie. One man went to mode. The session comment says, this just I put up about 20-30 minutes ago. So I have no expectations that we will have a larger audience for this particular session. I was just inclined to do it. So here I am doing it. And nevertheless, if you are chanced and if you do have the time to spare, then just come and participate and just hang out with me for just as long as this lasts. So you know the format already. The links have been put in the comment section. So if you are interested in taking on the talking points, then just click on those links, and then just as soon as I've read out the talking points, then you can come join me on the screen. You know and if you don't know the format, I keep saying you do know the format. That is not to acknowledge that there are new people in the space all the time. So that is the format. If you are new to this space, it's an open microphone format. And the open microphone is this hyperlink that I'm about to post in the comment section right now. So you see this hyperlink that says StreamYard. If you click on that, then you will appear on the screen just to say me now. I mean, at least you'll be able to appear on the screen just as just as soon as I let you in. So what usually happens is I post that hyperlink in the comment section. I read out the talking points. So if you want to participate, you click on that hyperlink, and then as soon as I finish reading out the talking points, I'll come then into the StreamYard again, and then I'll let you onto the screen, and I'll discuss then what those talking points are with you. So it's an open microphone session, as I say, an interactive session, if you like. One man went to mow, the eagle has landed.
Water, only water, only water, where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùyé o. Ilé sọ́díyà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Chifu Failati kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùrè o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùdóde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosonama ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there we are. Iku Koniriwa Gweshe by the Care Guides. Bear with me. All right. Iku Koniriwa Gweshe, as guys, I bring you this. Bear with me. No, I don't want that anymore. So Ikuko Niriwagbeshe, as guys, I bring you this. Justin, President Buhari pardons 102 Biafran soldiers to pay gratuity. So there we are. We've been speaking to and about this space for just as long as I can remember. A lot of conversations around that space we have had. And some of the conversations included some form of acknowledgement and commemoration of what actually transpired during that space in time. So, to that space in time, again, Justin, President Buhari pardons 102 Biafran soldiers to pay gratuity. So we find out exactly what is in play there. Is this altogether altruistic or is this just our politics, as Sophia would say? From $2.1 billion left by Jonathan, Buhari depletes excess crude account to 60 million. So there we are, total wipeout of that account. But what was the money used for? Because every single minute since Buhari came in, just every month is at the National Assembly asking to borrow 10 billion from China, 30 billion from the Paris Club, billions there, billions there. The Arab world is, I think, it's only the Africans now that we have not yet borrowed from. But because now we have exhausted our books almost everywhere else, don't be surprised to see Buhari at the African Union begging for money. So it's wiped out what savings Jonathan left behind rather. From $2.1 billion left by Jonathan, Buhari depletes excess crude account to 60 million. So let's now find out exactly what this spendthrift has done with the money, total wipeout. So now, either or for this next two story, these next two stories. Lagos governor plans to distract youth from hashtag NSAS anniversary with concerts. Faltz, the bad boy, is the one speaking to that space now. So it looks as though it is the strategy then of SANWO's administration to hold concerts to coincide with the NSAS anniversary. To then, of course, because if you give young people the options of enjoyment of or doing something meaningful or that is hard work, they will always go for enjoyment majorly. This is what they do. If you ask them, go come and to a concert and enjoy music and drink, or go to some rally and be shouting, we no go gree, they will go and enjoy themselves. So this is the strategy apparently that Sanwo-Olu is using. Again, Lagos governor plans to distract youths from hashtag NSAS anniversary with concerts, Nigerian rapper Faltz. So we find out exactly what is in play there too. So plenty to go through, as I said. But before we just delve into anything, let's come in via the eastern quarters because it looks as though now the Biafrans are about to be acknowledged. Holy, holy.
Another Savior. Holy, 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 holy. Adimebujuku. Another Savior. Another Savior. Holy, 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 holy. Adimebujuku. Another Savior. Well, this is MoBM. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 holy.
So there we are. Holy, 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 Odumegu Ojuku is their other savior. So holy, 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 Odumegu is their other savior. As guys, I bring you this. Justin, President Buhari pardons 102 Biafran soldiers to pay gratuity. President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered the payment of gratuities to 102 pardoned ex-Biafran soldiers. This was revealed by Nigeria's Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Magashi, retired, on Friday. Magashi disclosed that the soldiers have been captured for payment of gratuity and other emoluments by the Military Pensions Board. Speaking at the 2022 Armed Forces, speaking at the 2022, that's 2022, by the way. So, speaking at the 2022 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration in Abuja, he said, "It will interest you to know that the Military Pensions Board just concluded the documentation of ex-Biafran service personnel, totaling 102, who were pardoned by Mr. President. The war ended 51 years ago, and many of those involved are no longer alive, but those with genuine complaints can come forward with their claims for consideration." He also said payment of pension and gratuities to retired military personnel had been prompt and regular, adding that the ministry in conjunction with the military pension board conducts regular verification exercises for military pensioners to streamline and check leakages in the system. So now, Buhari essentially rebracketing and rebranding himself amongst the Igbo people. This is what we're seeing now. So, when you want to have if you go out for dinner and you're looking to spend money, then you're really looking to spend money. So you don't go and buy one plate of food. You buy a full table of plates of food. So you start off with starters, which are just little nibbles just to whet the appetite for the main meal. So the whetting of the appetite for the main meal essentially is what Malam Buhari is essentially what Malam Buhari is doing in the eastern quarters. So he's gone to Imo State. I think he's one of a few serving presidents that are in the presidency outside of the campaign period that has actually gone to the east. So I'm not sure if Goodluck Jonathan went there or not, or Obasanjo, but traditionally presidents don't go to the east. So he has gone to the east, to Imo State or wherever he went to parley with them. We saw all that. So fast forward to this now. He's now pardoning 102 Biafran soldiers. So we've been saying that some sort of acknowledgement of that space in time should be had, and he is doing that now by pardoning these people and paying them their gratuity. A lot of them did, as the minister said, but that gratuity still to go to their families. So windfalls to go into 102 families in Igbo land. So some families will be expecting a big pay pack soon. So now the main dish that is really looking to serve to the Igbo people, of course, that second Niger bridge. Even yesterday, somebody was sending me images of work still progressing at that space. So this guy now romancing the Igbos heavily. So that is Malam Buhari for you in play, but it's all forgiven. Will all be forgiven then on the completion of that second Niger bridge, and the Igbos then will forget completely the tens of thousands of young Igbo people that Buhari has been killing since 2015. So we'll see how that space plays out. From $2.1 billion left by Jonathan, Buhari depletes excess crude account to $60 million. So there you are. It's unbelievable sometimes. President Muhammadu Buhari's regime has announced that Nigeria's excess crude account, AEC balance, as of October, stands at $60 million, a drastic depletion from the $2.1 billion left by Goodluck Jonathan's administration. Clem Agba, the Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, gave the update during the National Economic Council meeting at the State House in Abuja on Friday. According to a statement by Laolu Akande, spokesperson to Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo, excess crude account AEC balance as at the 13th of October 2021 stands at 61,857 857 $773,000. So 64,857,773,000 $43. Stabilization account. Stabilization account balance as at 13th October stands at 25 billion naira. So it goes on to give an account of all of the accounts that are controlled by the national space. As of July, NEC announced that the excess, as of July the 13th, NEC announced that the excess account balance stood at $60 million, while the stabilization account was 26 million naira, with the natural resources account balance standing at 23 million naira. The EAC, created in 2004 by former President Olusegun Obasanjo for the sole aim of saving oil revenue in excess of the budgeted benchmark, stood at $3.6 billion dollars in February 2014, one of the highest balance in record. In 2015, the former Minister of Finance Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala disclosed that the country earned $61.7 billion as excess crude oil between 2011 and 2015. The minister said Nigeria earned about 18 rather, $0.14 billion in total. So it gives a breakdown of all of it. As of August 2015, after Mr. Buhari assumed office, the balance stood at $2.2 billion, but it gradually depleted. The Central Bank of Nigeria, in its 2018 report, said the country's excess crude account fell from $2.45 billion in 2017 to $480 million as of 2018. Statistics from the Ministry of Finance had also revealed that the Buhari regime withdrew 1.5 trillion, about $4.92 billion between 2015 and 2019 from the account. 1 billion was withdrawn in 2017 on the basis that it was to be used to procure arms and train personnel in the fight against Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast. At a 2020 analyst by B, B, BUDGIT, a civic organization, had indicated that Nigeria's excess crude oil under Mr. Buhari stood at $631 million in December 2018. So, etc., etc., it quotes us through the figures, but the upshot of it is that Buhari has wiped out that excess crude account. But what quite he has done with the money remains a mystery to the Nigerian person. So now we finally round off with this one. Hashtag NSAS anniversary. They killed innocent souls, and a year later, no one has been punished for those heinous crimes. Faltz did bad boy. Ahead of the anniversary of the October the 20th, 2020 hashtag NSAS protest in Lagos, where gunshots were fired at protesters at the Lekki toll gate, singer Faltz said the Nigerian youth will not be silenced by anyone. In a post shared on his Instagram page this evening, the singer reacted to the decision of the State Commissioner of Police barring interested persons from staging any NSAS remembrance protest. Faltz in his post said innocent people were killed just because they were asking not to be killed or brutalized. He said it has been over a year since the unfortunate incident and no one has been punished for the crime. So here, this is what he says. They killed innocent souls that were simply asking not to be killed or brutalized. A year later, no one has been punished yet for those heinous crimes. A supposed police commissioner warned against citizens exercising their fundamental human rights. Yes, a police commissioner. A couple of well meaning citizens decided to put together a summit to reflect on last year's events and honor the lost souls. Our event center pulls out instructions from above. As I type this, there is already heavy police presence at the Lekki toll gate. Best thing they could come up with is organizing concerts to try and distract us from remembering the real heroes in all of this, the people they murdered. What we will never do, however, is to be quiet. We will never, ever, ever, ever be silenced. Not today, not on the 20th of October, not ever. So those are the words now of our Faltz, the bad boy, are capturing the sentiments essentially of what constitutes the Nigerian youth, because he now one of the lead figures amongst that demography. So never, ever, 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 ever be silenced. Essentially, what he's saying to the powers that be or that would be. Lagos governor plans to distract youth from hashtag NSAS anniversary with concerts. False still occupying the space. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is plotting to organize concerts with celebrities to distract youths from participating in the hashtag NSAS Remembrance event. Nigerian rapper Folarin Falana, popularly known as Faltz, made the allegations in a social media post on Friday. Popular Instagram comedian Debo Adebayo, also known as Mr. Macaroni, had earlier taken a swipe at celebrities for accepting Sanwo-Olu's invitation to perform at a concert meant to hold days before the Lekki tollgate shooting anniversary. Macaroni, who rebuked celebrities for refusing to speak up against the government's move to quell the planned hashtag NSAS memorial events, charged them to rethink their association with the government. Faltz alleged that the Lagos State governor planned to use the concert as a distraction to prevent the youths from participating in the hashtag NSAS memorial event. He noted that the police were already at the Lekki toll gate to restrict Nigerian youths from exercising their fundamental human rights. As I type this, okay, so I think we've already read that out. Faltz, who insisted that the youth will not be silenced, lamented that justice was yet to be served to individuals that suffered brutality in the hands of police before, during, and after the hashtag NSAS protest. Faltz social media post followed landmark event center's refusal to allow its premises to be used for the Sorosoke Summit, an event put together to mark the 1 year anniversary of the Lekki Tollgate shooting. Correspondent, okay, I think we may. Okay, so it peters off into just quoting people's Instagram posts and tweets, etc. So all of that and all of that in place. So Ego, we see you. Thomas, we see you. Exero, we see you. Ovie, we see you. And of course, the mighty Ajan Lekoko joins us as well. So let me
It's a full house today or this
yeah,
morning.
it's a full house this morning, and I was only hoping to be like a sneaky little one, but it's not a sneaky little one. But Ovie, you are in space, so take this space. So Ovie, to you, Buhari pardons 102 Biafran soldiers, pay them gratuity. What are you making of this? Is it long overdue, or is this just politics? What is in play with that move?
I mean, it's there's every way to say it. I mean, it's a positive move. If you can ask me, if you before I've been accused that I politicize everything, let's put politics outside of it. That's a great move by the president. A man that verbally tell the whole world that that region only gave him 5%, and for him to now turn around and doing on literally putting his name in history book in that region is commendable. I I applaud the gesture. It's 51 years after the I mean, that's a great move. Yeah, politically, hell yeah, that's a plus. It's a move to actually capture the region. I mean, party wise, and you can't help it that to give it to the new convert from that region, the Imo State governor, even though it's their product, and two other ones. So yes, this is but I'm scared too at the same time. This is a great move to make sure the APC become one party state, take over everywhere. I mean, that's a concern for me. That's big worries, because it's a trend right now globally. If you see what is happening, the Chinese are leading, followed by the Russians, and also if we are going, if PDP is beginning to lose ground like this to this, then we are all in trouble. But yes, I think Buhari is making history. I
Have
don't
you?
know.
Yes, thank you for saying that, because
Making
that's where I
history.
was taking you to.
He's
Have you
making history.
noticed that this guy is subtly ingraining himself, his name, into a lot of the marquee, controversial talking spaces within the Nigerian space?
Yes, I
The
think
the the MKO Abiola, he's ingrained his name there now with the Abiola Day or whatever it is that they
yes,
announced. So he's
yes,
done that. If that continues, that has that association. He's
and
now acknowledging the Biafra. Yeah, go on.
an historical railway to Niger, which is a great plus for the
No,
northern
no,
zone.
no.
So
That one is going to be cancelled. But we'll see
I
how.
don't think so. I don't
No,
think
it's
so.
going to be cancelled.
I
Whoever
don't see
comes
that
in next is
happening.
going to. It's not going to be cancelled, but it's going to be moribund very soon. And
Oh, but
I'll tell you why. There's not enough economic activities to sustain that railway as an ongoing enterprise. So what is going to happen is, for it to continue to run, the government will have to continue to heavily subsidize it. So if Buhari is not in situation, and the next man that comes in looks at the books and says that they are paying what, $500 million, $700 million to sustain this railway, and there's no economic value to it, he will just withdraw the money and sell it off for whatever it is. Anybody that buys it would not be able to make it. It's going to die a natural
one
death.
man,
It's going to die a natural death.
you are seeing it like that because you don't
Well,
believe that Nigeria will actually get better. I mean, the scream for regional leadership is gaining traction by the
yeah,
day.
all right.
Imagine if that happened and the economic viable of the north actually spring up, which is the agriculture and all that. You tell me that railway is not going to be viable. Look
Well,
positive
no,
to the
it's
future,
going to be
one man.
sold off. It's going to be sold off. That much we can say for certain,
Yeah,
because
but I mean, but
it's
it's
going to be too big a drain on on the national economy. So they'll
no,
sell it off, and
yeah,
if anybody can make profit out of it, they make profit out of it. My
yes,
only
but
ask is that they put a border post between Nigeria and Buhari's cousins in Niger.
but you know why all this is not going to even happen, because politically all this thing has to go through the house, and I don't believe the North will vote to support that, which you're talking about. But the most important thing, the railway is going to be there for life. So whoever either they privatize it, however they do with it, the name of who initiated this not taken off. That's what I mean
All right.
historically.
All right.
That's why I'm saying that is actually making historical stride in every zone, every political region
Oh,
possible. So you have to, in a way. And I think, I mean, it's an old man. He know Nigeria from the day one to today. So I think these moves are not just move that
no,
just
it's fighting old battles, isn't it? It's just historical
No. What I'm
positions.
trying to say is that these moves are not just these are not rookie moves. These are not just moves that somebody will just come. No, these are someone who just sit down and think. It's a man who, if whether we like it or not, if you look at his administration, men who are serving from other region in this administration are old men who are his level, who are pretty much personal friends. The likes of the I don't know who them, the likes of the now the is chief of staff from Kwara. These are men in their almost late 70s and 80s. So I think they are making this move not just out of
Do you know that the Nigerian ambassador to the United States is a 90-something-year-old man?
okay,
90 something. No, pause and reflect on that.
so
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 America,
so
or not some country that doesn't matter, the United States is a
okay.
90-something-year-old man.
So I
But
think these moves are coming from advice from these old men. So
mm,
because I never knew that this pattern of the thing is still there's something like that, or they are still a move, or people are still looking into that direction to
mm,
compensate people who fell victim from that. Because if I
mm,
read the article, and the minister went further and said that people who have genuine concern should come forward, and if
mm,
it's verifiable, they will be compensated. I think
mm.
that's
That's essentially bribery anyway. But
I mean,
uh, uh,
they are just trying to win. I mean, they say they get five
mm,
percent vote. They are trying to
mm.
make sure by next election they get 10 or 15. That's a plus. So you have
No,
to
no.
keep the
I
vote
think
on.
he's more really trying to assuage all the killings that he has been doing since
Well,
2015 in the
that
East.
too,
Mm,
that
mm,
too. That's why I say everywhere you look at it,
mm.
you just can't help it and to see.
But will the Igbos fall for it? Is the thing. They throw them a little bread, and then that is So is that what the Igbos want? A little bread?
Well,
But
that's why I say it will tell, and it will tell by the vote come 2023. If they went further and win more than 5%, I think yes, you say it's working. I mean, it's
oh,
working so far. They went from nothing to have like what, two governors, I mean three governors from that region, more senators, commissioners, councillors, whatever. For me, I mean, I think it's winning. It's winning the region by the
oh,
strike.
oh,
Yes, but if you say
oh,
it's a competition for the destruction and everything that is going on, well, I won't fault that too. But is it worth it? No, human lives are gone.
Oh, all
But
right. $2.1 billion left by Goodluck Jonathan, wiped out in totality because if he's only leaving $60 million left, he's wiped it out in totality. So, what exactly has Malam Buhari spent all of that money on? Because every single project they borrow heavily, 10 times what is needed for every project they borrow internationally. So these are it's just everywhere you look, they're just looting money in this administration. They've wiped out the excess crude oil account now, so the country has no savings. So we're in deep trouble.
if I have to speak as an APC member, I'll say, well, where infrastructure is going on in every region. There's no region you go without major infrastructure going on. That's
Yes,
where all the
but
money
all those
borrowed and money savings.
infrastructures, they are heavily leveraged now. There's no Nigerian money in any infrastructure that we build.
Well,
Yeah, you hear it all the time now that the National Assembly has approved $90 billion, $80 billion, $100
yeah,
billion
but that's
just
why I
to
said if I want
just
to
to paint
speak as
a
an
building.
APC
Mm,
member,
mm.
that's the excuse. That's the excuse. That's the real. Anytime you owe them account, they should be accountable for one thing. They'll point out to the railways, the roads. That's the only thing. So I mean, that's the only thing I can. If not, what else? The money is going somewhere. The money will play out 2023. They need money to campaign. That's just one thing. And they
Oh,
need money
oh,
to service their private lifestyle. So they still the money, but
oh,
if they want to give excuse, they go say they put up for infrastructure.
all
So
right. So now, Ovie, the government is determined for it not to happen. The people are determined to do it. So the government then has two choices, or even three. They weigh in heavily with their might. They outmaneuver the people, or they just frustrate the whole space. We're talking about NSAS. So what Sawolu is now doing now is say he's not even saying now don't have your answers, because I don't think he has come out publicly to say that. It's just the police commissioner. But what he is doing instead, Sawolu, is to plan a series of high profile concerts just in the build up to that NSAS. So by the time that NSAS comes, all the young people in Lagos, they are too drugged up and too too drunk and too sexed up. Everything that go, they've already it wants to use concerts to exhaust them, so they won't turn out. So that as a technique, and Faltz and Mr. Macaroni's response to it, Ovie.
Well, two things. First, I'm not a fan of celebrities of any sort leading conscious movement. Because let me say it's 0.1% of them are actually conscious of as in of how things should be or what is going on. So, and these people that we are talking about, these so-called FARs and the rest, these guys are tied down to the corporate entities who are in bed with the politicians. So how genuine do you think these guys can make sacrifice to lead the movement? It's zero, because they are vulnerable. So I am not a fan of them at all, and that's what you are seeing playing out here. I mean, if the government is throwing a concert in Lagos, who are going to be the entertainers? Are they not the young people? So if in both ways, I don't. I feel I totally understand Mr. Macaroni what he's saying and all that, but excuse me, we are 100% depend on the corporate world to survive. So how long? So again, it's a challenge. It's a challenge to the young people out there who are not entertainers, who are genuinely in depth or invested in how the society should work, how a being should come forward and take over leadership. I am not a fan of. I said it before. It's the easiest thing to do is to organize, to protest and scream and all that kind of stuff. It is not. It's not working. We've been doing it over and over again. You should find another way. I mean, with young people, this is an information age. There are so many gadgets we can tax young Nigerians, women abroad, to develop and have how we alone can communicate. Today, this anniversary week of NSAS, what I expect is to be organized. There should be a town hall meeting across the 774 local government of the country. There should be little just people gathering and educate or sanitize the Nigerian youth, bring them in one accord what we should be doing within the now and the next 10 years. That's what I'm expecting, not to gather on the street and make noise and all that. And it's not working. It's to create awareness. We all know that the insights, it happens. It's 1 year, everybody knows, but what are we going to do with it? That's why I'm always in favor of a political union, not a political party.
Are you of the fear that all this NSAS memorial something, it will just turn out to be much ado about nothing? It will just come and go, and it just be
Of course, they're playing
just
into the hands of the politicians now at this point.
just 2 or 3 people making noise somewhere, quickly dispersed, and that's it. Yeah.
I expect we are smarter than this. We are experts. Yes. Even if it's going to be online, there should be a lot of consortium, a lot of town hall meetings, a lot of. I heard that they're trying. I think it's even that fast of my friend that was complaining that they tried to organize. They're trying to use the big hall, one of the big halls in Lagos, to organize. What I'm talking about now, but.
Yeah.
Power that be intimidate those people not to give the space house. What about the churches? We have some of the biggest auditoriums in the world, and these pastors speak.
Yeah, but churches are non-aligned now. Churches are non-aligned.
No. They were Switzerland now. They were supporting NSAS at that time. If it's not, we are not there. They should give us the hall to go and organize party and all that. If you can bring this same comedian to come and talk circular jokes in the church, why can't you give us the auditorium to actually sit down and discuss responsible way how to move in the
No. That will make the church a political arena now. Come on,
one man today. What did they know they do for inside church? They do wedding reception where alcohol.
Wedding reception is but wedding reception is not protesters now.
We are not protesting. Give us a place to sit down and rub minds. We are not saying we want to protest.
Go and rent a commercial
They are
hall.
the
Go and
state
rent a
is
commercial hall.
intimidating. The state is intimidating the owners of those private space.
So then why are you then asking the church then to sacrifice themselves in that way?
What do you mean sacrifice themselves? Are they not part of who constitutes the church anyway? Not be youth playing the pass for the church. Who runs the church?
What about these public spaces that are refusing the thing? Who patronizes them?
When the states they intimidate private people, no, they give you now stadium, they won't come allow you use. They are not in favor of us, which I expected. I expect them to.
Okay, so if the state are intimidating people, then why would the church put their head up?
Who is the church? That's what I'm saying. We constitute the church. If in Nigeria you sit down for house, when they sit down for East,
you don't know what they're money.
Moku sit down for house for 2 Sundays. Moku no go church. Let's see how it's gonna happen.
But the same argument applies to all of the spaces that has refused entry. If you don't go to that big event hall, their business will crash. If you don't go to the church.
One man understand the big event. I understand them. They are not saying they will not rent it out. It's just that the condition they subjected, is beyond that. And I understand we can't.
No. They did rent it out and then they cancelled it because of the weight of pressure from above.
No, because Lagos state government is telling them no, they should not.
So there you are then.
So we should go to church now. We get church now. Not be we build the church.
Okay, if the Lagos state then tells them not to hold
church.
Yes.
Now that you hear my one man. Yes. It's not. Now we be the church. Now let's tell the Nigerian
sometimes I don't understand what you're talking about.
That the freeze alone rattle all the big men.
Forget that the freeze. That the freeze is not even a Nigerian. It's a Romanian.
I'm using that as an example how we can hit these people where it matters most. How you go say no, I'm not realistic? What do you mean? We should be doing something different from what we are used to. It's not working. Going outside, we are getting ourselves killed unnecessarily, and nothing is coming out of it. He's complaining that for a year now, there's no prosecution, there's no compensation, nothing. So we should develop another way of getting these people rattled up. Look at what our brothers in the Eastern quarters are doing.
The space for the youths is on the streets, so they take to the streets again, and they do.
No, I disagree with you. I disagree.
The space where the youths occupy. Where the youths occupy is on the streets. That is their arena. So they go there and do their we no go agree. This is just that's their event center.
That is the point. That is the point. If this is the general belief of those,
is that not the general norm? Where else do the youths believe other than on the streets?
One man, I am trying to. I understand what you are saying. I say if that is the general norm of what people are not in our space are saying, it is now the unknown is now upon us to think differently. Let's think differently. It's an information. It's so easy. For God's sake, I'm sitting right here in Frisco. Dallas, Texas, they communicate with you in London.
It's been the information, but it's been the information age for 30, 40 years now. So what space have the youths created? You keep saying like though it's something in the future. It is now, but they are not doing anything. The space is there, but they don't occupy it.
One man, listen to what I'm saying. The same thing. That's why I say we should be more creative than coming out on the street. We are actually playing into the hands of the power that be at this point. They are making fun of us, and I'm attributing this to the fact that we allow celebrities to take over the leadership of a conscious space.
Who would take over the leadership then? Who would command?
There are more people grounded in the inner cities, in the village, who are more invested in what is going on.
How would they be able to command the following? How would an everyday man command the following?
I am not saying totally we should take the role of the celebrity. They have their role, but not the front seat at this point. I'm sorry.
Then who would front it? Who will front a movement other than a known name?
One man, are you not telling me that the whole Nigerian world, there are not people who are consciously enough and actually doing good within their little inner space that cannot be encouraged to come forward, other than this known face that we know? These people are. I'm not saying they are bad, but they are easily compromised. They are
Mm.
100%
But whoever
survive
comes to the
based on
lead,
the politician and the corporate world.
whoever comes to the lead of any movement is potentially compromisable.
No, yes, but how is that we are talking about here? If
Mm.
you don't get anything to give other than what is in your brain, now let it go kill you now, Abby.
Mm-mm.
But when you are
No,
survivor
they
as
can
a
bribe you as
celebrity,
well. You know, kill is usually the last option. These people just don't go and kill. First, they
one
just try
man,
and buy you off, and then if you refuse to be bought off,
all these antics is what we know. Yes, we are not ruling them out, brother. I know. See, when we are planning, I am not saying we should just plan how to win. We should also plan that these men are also putting out. They have the resources, they have everything to disorganize our plan. We know all this. But the Nigerian youth that I know who in any condition, any space he or she find herself in this world, stand out tall. How do we bring that individual unity to collectively achieve something with it? That's where our problem is. It's not that and again I will take us back to what Buhari said in London. The Nigerian youth are lazy. It's not that we are lazy. Individually, we are very, very industrious and very, very capable to do anything. But collectively, that is where the laziness comes from.
There you are,
please,
lazy youths.
So
Buhari was right after all. Buhari was right after all. Lazy youths.
No. Of course, I see beyond.
You see that concert. You see that concert that concert that SANWO is organizing. It will be a lot fuller than anything that NSAS would mean. Everybody will go to the concert, but then anybody that wakes up after drinking in the concert, they will just stroll out and say, "Are they doing NSAS?" They will just see NSAS on their way to buy suya to step down from all the drinking.
That is why I was more in favor in organizing, every local government,
What are you talking about? Every local government? Do you know what it takes to move every local government? That is a political structure now. That is not a youth setup.
One man, I always use the word political union. I didn't say a party for a reason. It's also to say, first of all, yesterday we are going back and forth on the fact that the Nigerian youth, it's not in the same level when it comes to what they are feeling. Trust me today, one man, if you talk to a youth in Dumbwa local government, Chibok local government, Kuyakusa local government, Gomborunga Labiu, Shani, their problem is not white collar job, lack of white collar job. These people majority of them are farmers, and today as we speak, they are not able to farm. So
there you are. So it's the same problem. Ovie, what I'm saying is, whether there is a farming community and the problems is centered around that farming, fishing, white collar job, IT space, etc. It's the same problem. The same problem goes to the same source, and the problem is as a result of that bad management repressive system. So whatever the localized situation is the same problem.
Yeah, but one man, an average youth in Lagos who his capacity is heavily on his brain, on his knowledge, based on his social education. First, apart from the fact that the space is not 100% secure, even if it's secure today, inability for him to use that inability to secure job is the problem.
So there you are. So there you are. Sorry, but that is a consequence of government, isn't it?
Wait now, why an average youth in Bill? His only problem is, I beg me bandits come out, make I go back to my farm, they do my thing. He doesn't care about what
that is also a consequence of government.
No, he really doesn't care if the government is doing.
Let me explain what I'm saying to you, Ovie. That average youth in that northern space that you're saying that his concern is insecurity. Is the consequence that is impacting on his life is as a result of government action or inaction.
Yes.
The youth in Lagos that you are saying XYZ is his problem. His problem also a consequence of government action or inaction. So government action or inaction, however it is localized to your community, is still the problem. So that is the commonality. Government action or inaction, that is what binds the youth. So that is...
Yes, but one man, in reality, no, anywhere there's nowhere government will be 100% touch every nooks and cranny. Just still going back to what we are talking about, the education system. That you are saying that you should get the best of facility based on your tax paying, and I'm saying that as a government you should not favor anyone based on your ability to earn or not earn. If you have a standard school in view, the same thing should apply to the guy in Lagos. So we are talking about government, but me and you know that in reality, yes, it's not achievable. So
no,
yes,
sorry,
your nose is more
sorry,
heavy on the someone who ability is, maybe 80% of it depends on government, either to create the enable environment or directly get employed by the government.
all right.
Sorry, let me ask just
Yeah.
one question.
Come in, Sibidi, yeah.
Yeah, before I ask that question, as much as my brother Ovie is usually high sometimes, but I agree with him this time. But also, you should be able to answer what that person in the chat is called Ayakunle Agboyade.
Okay.
Yeah, now he's saying that you're the same person that sometimes usually say the sit at home is bad, bad, bad. But now you're advising the same thing. So which one are you? What is your recommendation for the
Look
for
at
the
that.
youth?
Our
Let
For the
me,
IPOP
youth of the
yes.
correspondent. Our IPOP
Listen, okay.
correspondent, Zibidi.
no,
I have
no,
never I have never said the sit at home is not good. In fact, I'm saying that is even a classical example. My issue is what next? You understand? You can't sit at home forever. What next? That's always might be my
but
question. What next? And my
why can't
recommendation is, I will actually made a recommendation. My recommendation is that this cohesiveness that this sit at home has brought them as make a very pronounced, they should consciously turn it to a political union. That has been my recommendation from day one.
You are missing.
Okay, take it easy. You
Okay.
see, my point to you is this. You're
Yes.
saying after sit at home, what next? So the thing is that even as the Southeast young people or business people are taking the lead in doing that, because they want to see change. To me, that's already a political move or political statement, anyhow you want to see it. Then why have the other zones that know that we are all, when the Igbos start, they'll say it's not only the Igbos, why are they making noise or why are they. No, now, the other ones that feel that they also have problem, why have they not also come out and also express their distaste and their dissatisfaction of the whole rubbish happening in that place, and by doing their own, even if it's not sit at home, maybe why can't they look for something to do
I
to
said,
to to to, to
I
show their
remember,
frustration? It's not
remember
for
some,
us to, we are just here talking, analyzing, but
hey,
people at least
Stephen,
are actually doing
Stephen,
something.
hold on there before you start throwing accusation. Hold on there. Somebody actually said what you just said a couple of days ago that the Yoruba should join, and I said it's a matter of time. I said it. I said with time, everybody could join this unique way of protesting by sitting at home.
So,
I said it. I said
so,
it's a
so
matter
they
of
want,
time.
everybody wants to see if they can if
But
the Igbos will be killed first before
no,
they join
see,
or what?
when I they say what next, yesterday I think I also alluded to I was using the Festus Kayamu as an example. What is always workness when they were in the street and everywhere protesting against the military, they forget what next. You understand? A lot of them, until Angelico could come and correct me that yes, so that the legal luminary actually make move at that early stage. So it's actually what next. That's
What next? But do you agree that that sit at home has yielded a lot of fruits for their struggle, or for to show the government that they are not on the same page with them? Do you know that
if
right now
it
the
shows that you're
government.
not listening to me. I actually support it 100% from day one. Say it's unique and it's working. Remember, one man was actually saying, "No, go what this is it." But as time goes on, it becomes yes that this is a good way. But I was not saying that to what next because you have decided. This now war be that too. You have decided.
Sorry,
So
Ovie, before the sit at home, it was what next. So now they have the sit at home. So what next will evolve organically just out of however that thing projects itself.
I
So
mean,
they are not. They don't have a master plan that they are. Hold on, Ovie. Oh, hold on. There's not a master plan that they are going through stage by stage. They are evolving the space as it evolves organically. So it was circumstances that led them to the concept of sit at home, and then sit at home now in play and very successful. So the consequence of sit at home will organically evolve itself. So it's not what next, what next.
Yes, no. But one man, if we all believe that the average Igbo man is a very smart man,
right?
I think at this point, yes, it evolved organically. But I think that's for it. I might not know what it is, but if I want to, if from my own little knowledge, if I want to provide a practical solution. When I say political union, they should start thinking of how do they get like mind who are in the political space to start getting the.
But it is already.
Please, let me
hold on. Let me just follow through with the. Sorry.
Come and lead us. They should first be at peace between themselves. They should first be leadership within the South.
Please, one man, let me
between themselves.
I don't believe in talking like
the Nigerian people.
All right.
You say you disagree.
Just hold on. Let's go. Just have a say. Yeah, carry on.
No, but you say you disagree.
I mean, I've not commented. One man, I want to comment something.
Yeah, go on. In CBD.
I'm saying this now. Ovie and Ego, they are saying they should be at peace. They should be. What do you mean by be? You see, I'm sorry to say this, and please, nobody should see it as an insult. But this is just the language of cowards and people that are just. That they are all up in their head thinking and just fantasizing and wishing while people are on the ground doing something. You see, someone is somewhere where they cannot even come out. Do you know one of the benefits the sit at home have done in the East? Have you even gone to the East? The fact that you've made it clear to this political class that you are no longer taking their rubbish. Do you know that right now in the East, none of them can even come out?
But nobody is. Wait, I just want to make this clear. Let me make this clear. We are not against sit at home. Just so you know that.
I know what you're saying.
The Easterners should gather the Southwest, the South together.
Okay,
the Easterners should come out and show us what they call leadership.
One man, just
imagine what that will believe in them.
Okay, let's hear from.
The Easterners are the people dividing the Southern governors today. They are the ones that don't normally come to the governors' meeting. The Easterners should try and give all leadership in this country. We want a better Nigeria. We appreciate an Igbo president.
All right.
Hold on. An Igbo man today, if an Igbo man is a candidate. But we need leadership from where they are. We don't need to be told that they are smart, they are entrepreneurs, they are this and that and that. And there is no peace where they are, no leadership in between them, fighting and guns around their corner with no kind of direction. It means of the whole of them. Nigeria cannot be calm. We should move ahead on this level. That is true. That's what's on ground. I agree with Ovie.
One man, can I say something? One man, can I say something?
Hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody.
Want to say something.
Hold on, everybody. Let Ego land and then let CBD respond. So we have some structure to it. So Ego, have you landed so that if you have landed, then you allow CBD to respond?
My point, I have not landed. I'm not landed. Let
CBD.
I subscribe to the direction of it is going. When you look at what's going on in Nigeria today, when they say north, south, even in the south today, the most divisive people is the Easterners. They are the one even dividing the Southern governors. We want them to show us leadership. We want to see them putting differences behind and telling us that yes, we are for a new Nigeria. We want them to make us understand that the presidency that they are clamoring for, in which they have not demonstrated any single level of leadership, that they can give it to them. But they should show us something. I don't know whether anybody thinks that Nigeria is just there. I don't know.
This is it.
Now hold on, Ovie. Let CBD respond. So Ego now let CBD respond. So CBD to you.
Yeah. Okay.
So you see, when people start making statements like they are not coming to the
play the ball, not the man, though. Play the ball, not the man.
No, yeah, I'm not directing it to an ego. This is the statement that many, especially some people from the so-called South, are saying. But when people start saying that they are not coming to the table, they are not playing politics like Ovie likes saying, and even ego. Now, the thing is this: the Easterners that you're talking about, if they are going towards a lasting solution, and they're trying to, okay, they cannot come like what Igor mentioned, that why can't they go to the west and go to the south to organize people? How can we go, the same people you will accuse tomorrow of trying to take over your land, or should I say take over your whatever, you're saying they should come and organize you people? How? So people are somewhere where they are. Who told you that the Easterners are divisive among themselves? Who told you? Look at what they are doing in Anambra for Nnamdi Kanu that is from Abia State. So these things, all these things is just wishful thinking and what is it called? Conspiracy theories.
How can you be asking public?
Now,
how can you be asking this kind of question in the public?
Let me land that
How
point.
can you come to the public and be asking this kind of question? Who told you?
Who
told you what?
Move on.
Who told you now?
what?
Who told you that they are divisive? That's what I'm
Who told you
asking.
what? CBD? Is it not something like the public
You're
space?
somewhere
In the
in
workspace,
Lagos.
everyone
You're
can
in
see.
Lagos,
What do you
or
mean
you're
by
in
that? Who
Warri.
told you what? What are you talking?
Igor, let me
You don't need to
respond
tell
to
us
you.
what we are seeing and we are
What do you
debating
know
yet.
about the Eastern
Igor, let me
states?
respond to
Oga, do you live in the East? You're there somewhere in Lagos or maybe Warri or wherever you are, and you're telling us that the Eastern states are divisive. Divisive among what? We are coming out, everybody, whether you're IPOB or you're not IPOB, even an ordinary person is coming out and is saying the same thing, and you're saying they're divisive. Now, it's just the same thing. I'm going to keep saying it. Anybody that wants to take offense should take offense. This thing is just the typical suffering and smiling that Fela is saying, and this the typical what is it called, cowardice of people. You see people that are rising up, you want them to come and organize with you, you want them to come and convince the southern governors that, oh, we should do something. Did we wait for our own political leaders? We are not even waiting for the Igbo political leaders. It's the people that are doing. You people keep on mixing the political space or political whatever they are, governors. You think they are the ones that is going to save you. That's the problem we are having. You're still thinking that the same people that are benefiting from the decayed system are the ones that will come and save you.
All right.
You make your point.
Sorry. Ovie, let me just move on. I just want
to move on.
Wait,
You understand? But it's just that I'm kind of a little bit disappointed in CBD because CBD started this on this platform with a very open mind, but it's gradually being consumed, with the emotion and all that. Because
the politics you want us to
I
play
don't allow you to talk now. Let me also
the politics you want us to play is time wasting, is not yielding any results.
Okay, you have made your point. You've made it.
You've been speaking grammar for how many years?
Your point is clear. Let's go on. So I'm saying that because I don't think me as a person, let me speak for myself, I don't think I've in any way go against that idea. I supported it, and it's a unique form of protest that I've always recommended for other region. And when I said that it's a matter of time, but the other region is going to join. But I said I hope there is a next level to this, because you have decided to pick a fight, and if you decide to pick a fight, you should be able to assess your opponent.
What are you doing on your own?
Please let me land my point so we can move forward.
What are your people doing
on
their own?
Can you allow me move for the talk? You understand? Stop being emotional about this. This is bigger than us. It's not stop worrying about my people. That's where the problem is. At this point,
you are worried about his people. You are worried about his people.
In that space.
Thank you.
Yes. Let me finish. I have never gone against that. I admire that. But again, you have decided to pick a fight. You need to know the weight of your opponent, what your opponent can do and cannot do. At this point, you know violently you cannot win. Now, what I keep saying that what is the next level? Sitting at home, is a great deal. And there's a way you can actually win by not actually coming out on the street. If there's nothing else we can take from the pandemic, is the lesson it taught us when we were all locked indoors. The part of the world that were locked indoors, countries were run indoors. Businesses were run indoors. Life were saved indoors. Billions were made indoors. So please, something.
What are you talking about, Ovie? You're always talking some.
So
All right, let's just move on,
open your
Ovie.
mind
Sometimes
for
you just
just
talk.
criticism, okay? Don't just take everything as if it's against you. Yes, everybody has the right to criticize that space, whether you like it or not. If you're asking me what my people are doing, my people are focused on making a greater and a better one Nigeria. That's what we are focused on.
All right.
Ovie, we told you the way I value most of your comments.
One man, can I even say something, please?
Oh, yeah, go on. Yeah.
Yes, you started this program. I'm sorry, CBD. You started this program with the issues of. Can you remind me a bit about?
It's the Biafrans being compensated, the soldiers getting.
No. Apart before the Biafran, you talked about the Lagos State government interfering.
NSAS,
yes. You know, for me, I think Lagos, for one, for those who think that sit at home can happen in Lagos, it cannot happen in Lagos because Lagos is not a rural state. I don't know, people might disagree. It's not a place where you can quieten people, you can tell people to sit down. People can only sit at home in Alaba market or Ladipo market.
So are you calling the eastern waters backwaters? Are you calling them backwaters?
No, they are the front runners actually, but
simple people.
No.
Hold on, Ovie, you've had plenty to say. Let's hear from others.
Let me learn, please. It's not that actually. The East is concentrated. So everybody knows who is the saboteur. That is why they can comply. But in Lagos, it's not cosmopolitan. You cannot tell which state one person comes from. They have not galvanized that kind of spirit enough for them to, come together and say, let's sit at home. If the Igbos sit at home, the Ladipos and the Alabas will be empty.
You are brave, X-Zero, calling
why are we even going to
them
hold on.
Village people.
No, hold on. You will please hold on. You will understand me now. I'm also Igbo. I'm just saying, Alaba is 100%, almost 100% Igbo. The island might be 70% Igbo too, but the Igbos there might still go to work and make that money and hide home. Nobody will know. That's what I'm saying. Because of the mixture of ethnic groups, you might not find a sit at home possible in total lockdown possible in Lagos. You understand? But if the Yorubas are going to come in, the states like Ogun, Ibadan, Oyo, those places can quietly sit at home. Quite all right. Because they are good at organizing. But Lagos, that's what I'm saying. Lagos in itself cannot.
If you don't hold on now, if you don't have a sit at home in Lagos, then all of it means nothing, because Lagos is the only thing that matters in that.
That's what I'm saying. Because the discussion is still. Please, CBD, you come in, please. Let me just finish it.
I wanted to ask you so you respond to everything, but it's
okay. Do that.
I was saying, so now look from the way you're putting it, or from the way you're looking at it, is the way I wish we don't look at it that way, because we are looking at it as, is it supposed to be just an Igbo thing?
Yeah, because exactly. Now I'm coming. That's where I'm coming to.
It's supposed to be an Igbo thing. If it's an Igbo thing, then obviously what you're saying makes a lot of sense.
That's where I'm coming to. That's where I'm coming to. It's not an Igbo thing, but I'll tell you one thing for a fact. When the Yoruba man comes to the table, he comes with the industries, with the banks. They are the owners of these institutions. When the Northerner comes to the table, he comes with government money. When the Igbo man comes to the table, he comes with his creativity. No, hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. When the Igbo man comes to the table,
but is it not broadly true? Sorry,
X-Zero.
Is it not broadly true though?
Oh, of course, I'm saying the truth. I'm saying the truth. But let me just finish. Let me just finish, please. When the Igbo man comes to the table, he comes in with his ingenuity, hoping to capitalize on every other person on the table. You see, that is why the situation. Yes, exactly. That is why what is happening in the country.
Oh man, what are you
Igbo man? What the Igbo man more? I'm coming, CBD. Let me just land.
Everybody.
Let me just land.
I can't even say that we are more in industry than even.
Let me land, please. So when the government defaults, or when the government policies are bad, it affects the Igbo man so much that he is the first to react. You understand me? The country has been punishing the Igbos for quite a long time. That he has been cooked, and his reaction time is quicker than the other ethnic groups. Of course, we are not supposed to take this from the ethnic perspective. We're supposed to be taking it from the social strata perspective, where it is the rich against the poor and the elite against the non-elite. But we have not spread the message that wide enough. We have not. That is the truth. And people are still being beaten down to not join in with the NSAS. Some parents will still tell their children, "Don't go."
I'm sorry to interject.
Exactly.
To spread around that it is against, it's us against the elite. That should have been the message.
It's us against the elite. You understand? It's not an ethnic group thing. It is us against the elite, and that is where the message is.
Sorry, CBD, before you come in, why does it offend when people say that the Igbos are traders, which is what they broadly are? Is that not what they broadly are? They are buy and sell sort of people, buy and sell.
Everybody in this world is buying and selling something. So when you come and say the Igbos are traders, are you this? Oh, you want me to start? Is it a derisory? No, do you want me to start mentioning names of
we all know that they are everywhere. No, we know
that is not the issue. This is CBD. I don't understand the CBD at all. This is CBD. He so take matters. He like to paint matters. He like to draw. This is CBD of a guy,
Please, let me explain. Let me explain.
CBD will never blame an Igbo man for doing wrong thing.
Okay, sorry, everybody hold on.
CBD will not blame an Igbo man for doing anything wrong. It's
everybody hold on, including you.
No!
Hold on.
Everybody. You see, give her what she wants, X0.
Yes, let me just point out.
Is that your daughter?
Yeah, it's my daughter trying to. We're in the shopping mall, but she's speaking something she wants. Let me just point out so that the CBD understand. The CBD in Nigeria today.
No, hold on.
No matter how
hold on, everybody, hold on. Let me ask this question of everybody apart from in CBD. So I'll start from Thomas and then you X0, Ego, and Ovie. And just very short because we are pushed for time. So just broadly in Nigeria, if you are wanting to associate people with just their means of livelihood, I will make the association that broadly, and that is not to say all their jobs, I'll say broadly the Igbos broadly in Nigeria, they are seen as traders. The Yoruba space, they are broadly seen as maybe business, office people, insurance, that sort of stuff. And the North, they're broadly seen as power grabbing and headsmen. So that's just the broad strokes of it. That is not to say the Northerner is not a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant, etc. But just in broad strokes.
My question is this. No,
don't ask a question. Let me put that question and then you can give us the final verdict. So, Thomas, in broad strokes, how do you think the Nigerian, just the three major ethnic groupings, how are they saying in terms of the trade that they do? Just very quickly.
Good evening, guys. Yeah. We know Igbos as industrious people.
Right.
They like business and they like buying and selling.
Okay. And the Yorubas?
Yoruba somehow they love to read more. They are much like investment, banking.
Okay, and the North?
The North, they are power drunk people. That is what they know how to do, and they like rankadede. That is what not.
Okay, let me go on to X0. X0, are you there?
Yes. Yes,
so I will. Question: rapid succession. The East, broadly, how are they saying?
Yeah, the East people. I'm glad that people don't really know what the East looks like, because if they know, then we'll give them more
No,
power
no,
to try to
don't
tackle us
label
from.
it.
I'm
Don't label
coming.
it.
I'm coming.
Just in
I'm
loose
coming. I'm
terms. I
coming.
just want to quickly
Yes.
run through it. Yeah,
I
don't label
I don't fall for the terms. That's why, because I
right.
know the real truth. The real truth. You want to know the truth, or you want me to
I'm
give you
not
the
talking
terms?
about the real truth. I'm talking about the
Okay.
broad perception
Yeah,
broadly in Nigeria.
Yeah, broadly, of course. When somebody comes to a state, it doesn't come with nothing, and it comes in and it builds a business.
Okay. Do you want me to
That is
move
what they
on?
know
Do you
Igbos
want
for.
me to
No,
move on?
that's what they know. That's what you know Igbos
Yes.
for. So
What are the
I'll
Igbos
give it to you.
broadly?
That's broadly. Of
Yeah.
course, business.
What are they
Of course,
broadly known
business.
for? And
Of
the
course,
Yorubas.
business.
The Yorubas
The
broadly.
Yorubas, yeah, that's what that one's going to excite you. Yeah, we know the Yorubas as people who sit on the offices and the banks,
All right. And the North.
institution.
And the
The
North.
North is just power, just politics.
All
They
right. Thank
dominate
you.
power. That's just it. Yeah.
All right. So to obviate the same question, broadly, the East, how are they broadly saying? Not how they are, not who they are, not the facts and the reality,
Victoria,
but in
come to me go.
broadly.
Yeah, the general perspective there is that they are business people, they are traders.
Okay, and the Yorubas?
The Yorubas are academicians.
Okay, and the North?
The North, I would say, more farmers.
Okay. So Ego, to you then, the same question. Are you there, Ego? Ego?
I agree with Ovi.
Okay, so Ego, so the same question. Broadly, how are the Easterners seen?
I'm in the same position with Ovi. They are traders.
Okay, and the Yoruba land, how are they seen broadly?
Academicians, like that, yeah.
And the North?
Some are farmers, and yeah.
All right. So you see
and
in
what
CBD,
of, what of this? Wait, one man,
those
please.
are
I
the
beg
broad
you.
strokes. Those are the broad strokes. So it's
Thank
not
you.
anything. Yeah.
I understand the perception and the
Yeah.
stereotype. I'm not a kid. I understand what people are saying. But you see, the truth of the matter is that there are also narratives that people intentionally push out there. Did you see the link I've just posted here by the side? That would show, that's a link of the list of the owners of the top banks in Nigeria. And I'm not going to tell you that you won't find Yoruba as maybe majority, maybe. I don't
They
know.
are
You
CEOs. That means they are
Wait.
employees. They are not the
Wait,
owners. They are employees.
Wait now. Whether you call them CEO, okay, what's my
The
brother?
owners will be regarded as businessmen. The owners of those institutions are regarded as businessmen, entrepreneurs. Those guys are just employees.
Now, wait.
So know the difference.
What's the okay, at least I can take your statement now. Because I know you don't usually speak from a point of to my own understanding, you don't speak from a point of malice or some kind of anger or bitterness towards the Igbo. So I can listen to you even if you disagree, even if we disagree.
Right.
But my brother Igbo, I can't because he already has his mind made up in some way. So my point is this: all these things that we are talking about, I understand what they are, but I'm tired of hearing those things without facts and figures backing it up. Like you see, before I came here, I went just simple thing. I'm using an iPad. I just went by the side. I got a link and I've posted it there. You open it and look at so that sometimes
It depends on it depends on the question
saying,
that you ask Google, the answer you will get. So if you're asking Google,
we are friends. I don't hold anything against an Igbo man.
No.
Right. You don't just have that kind of mindset at all. See, we are just debating issues. We are finding our mistakes. It's from everywhere, every corner of the country. I will never support my brother for doing anything wrong. Just as I will not support a Hausa man or Yoruba man. Some people will ask you sometimes, are you going to put your brother in prison when he commit offense? Listen, if I'm the leader tomorrow, my brother commit, I will jail him. If he go to 10 years, I will keep him there because I want to destroy our family. See, people are think more than those stage. So you don't think maybe as I argue, in CBD, my brother, I don't have anything against you and Igbo man, please. We are just trying to find
CBD, what did you close that link? What's your point with that link?
Please, don't answer that because I want to push on. So thank you in CBD. Let me go to Ego now and let's get back on track. So Ego, I'm going to just reduce it to one question now because the time is now fast spent. So Ego, let me take you then to the Biafra space. And Malam Buhari now, Justin, President Buhari pardons 102 Biafran soldiers to pay their gratuity. So Buhari now romancing the Easterners. What do you think is in play there, Ego?
Let me tell you, Buhari once said that, first, good evening, guys, and good evening, viewers from here, I'll be wherever. Buhari once said that he will not leave office a failure. If you watch, the guy is changing some things that is also. Buhari understand how the whole thing is going. The Nigerian space, Buhari understand that it's really shaking. See, the man is still going to do more. He's going to change the way people think about him. He will try to, reshape some of those narratives. Those kind of things he's going to do now in the Biafra land. He's not doing it only there. He's romancing the entire country. He's romancing the entire country. How don't you see the likes like what's his name? Femi Adesina coming to say that he's greater than Awolowo and Azikiwe. So he's romancing the entire country, not only the East. One way or the other, this guy said he's not going to leave office a failure. So let's still be watching. Let's not just prejudge anything that is doing. But I know he's still trying to.
Do you think he will he will be able to do enough to assuage the tens of thousands of Igbo people that he has killed since 2015?
He will not be able to assuage anyone across the country. He will not be able to, because of the killings. Yeah, he will not be able to assuage anyone, but the man is still going to do some certain things that people don't even think he can do, because you can look at the body movement. See, this electoral whatever, this credible electoral whatever transmission of electoral result that they've passed in the Senate, is also part of it. You see this PIB that is sending back to the district. That's why I used to tell you guys, this man is misled. He's an old man. Yes, we agree that those people in the Nordic, Boko Haram, blah, 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 we know their connection and this and that. But in reality, this Buhari you see today, he is being misled. Even all those one-sided appointment and nepotism is being really, really directed, fostered by that Malame, not even the Buhari self. I'm just to my own point of view, 80 years, 85 years old man. This is what I thought, man. Not anybody can say is this or that, but this is my own position. Not that I agree with him, but there is nothing we do in this country when the killing is not stopped and people are continuing to die. Nobody will agree that you do any build the whole place to the US. We don't want people to die. Stop the killing. We'll give you 100. We'll give you everything. We'll give it to you in the country. Our problem is the killing. We don't even need infrastructure. We don't need all it. We just want the killing to stop. Then we'll start from there. That's our major problem. Nothing Buhari will do today when the killing is not stopping and people know it's not going to be possible for anyone to come and tell you that Buhari is this. That's my position. But I know it's going to do more.
And just very, very quickly, Ego, on the NSAS space, it looks as though the government are doing any and everything to peter it down and just either stop it entirely or just diminish it so it's not significant. And the Lagos State governor now, he is holding concerts to coincide with that commemoration just to exhaust the youths from drinking and smoking so that they can't go out and demonstrate. So two answers. Just very quick thoughts on that.
Okay. I don't think he can. I don't think he can really exhaust the youth in that manner. But let's see what's going to happen. You see that two guys has come to issue a statement with regard to the NSAS. See, the NSAS memorial or whatever 1 year, the protest should go on in this Lagos. If possible, I will also be in the street. There is nothing to be thrown away like that. The NSAS, the protest, the memorial, it should go on in this Lagos. You need two qualifications before you can participate. You can't just turn up. Slogging and what? No. You have to know how to smoke Igbo and drink burukutu, because that is what they do. All these young people, they just go there to smoke Igbo and drink champagne and drink. They should brandy. Remember. No. They should remember the loss of life, the Nigerians that they were killed in that place. I think they should be remembered. I think Nigerians should rise up and at least give them some, it's very important. So I don't think there should be any way. Well, even these police that are threatening to kill and stop people, I don't know why they have this character. Why are they doing that in the first place? So they can't allow people to
Was that
just
not even what
go
led to
ahead, do what they want
NSAS?
to do or whatever.
Ego, was that not even the behavior that led to NSAS in the first place? So they don't understand what people are saying to them. People are saying that stop police brutality, and they are saying we will brutalize you for saying that. So they don't get it at all. But I thank you, Ego. Let me go up quickly to Nsibidi as I now seek to start rounding off. Nsibidi, are you still with us, Nsibidi?
Yeah.
So to the eastern quarters, then the romancing of the Igbos by Malam Buhari,
Sorry.
he now pardons Biafran soldiers, gives them plenty of money, and is asking the rest of them that have legitimate claims to please come forward because he's now opened his wallet to give them money. So the pardoning of the Biafran soldiers and the paying of gratuities. What politics do you think is in play there in CBD?
Yeah, if you ask me, I think maybe pressure. Pressure. I don't believe what I don't believe the statement that he was just misled and the whole thing. I believe that is whatever he has been doing. He knows fully what he has been doing. We've heard him in his interview, the kind of statements he made. It was not Femi Adesina or Gaba Shehu that was making those statements during the interview, during his interviews and everything. It was not also those media aides that told Fani Kayode all those things Fani Kayode was revealing before he jumped ship. So I just feel like maybe right now he's under some kind of pressure. I don't know from where. It can be from anywhere. It can be even from the international community. It can be for some people, or maybe he has gotten some kind of public relations experts. They are all maybe trying to, he's now like on his exit phase. So probably they're trying to make him look. They're trying to change the narrative of which kind of legacy is going to leave something like that. So they have definitely have to advise him on the steps he needs to take and the things he needs to do to start changing public perception of the kind of person he is. So I feel like that's just some kind of it's just some kind of it's just for the ops, it's just for for the media, for people. It's just public perception thing. I don't feel like even some of those things is doing it because he's just so much in love with the Igbos and he wants to now if you even remember, I think it was in 2015.
Mm.
In 2015 there was that issue of is it 80 was it 80 million 80 billion 80 billion naira
Mm.
that they had made, they said they want to use it to, is it to compensate the Biafran war victims, something like that, in the southeast and in the south, and till date that money has not been disbursed or whatever. So probably he's just digging in from that same, people think probably is the one that has initiated the whole thing. So so probably it's just digging in from that old I think it was even I think it was Obasanjo that wanted to do something like that, but it never came true. Then
But he's the one doing it now. He's the one pardoning
no
the
problem.
grandpas in the east and
Yeah, but
giving
it's
them
not.
and giving their family money.
Yeah, they should do all that as much as possible to kind of affect the public perception of the kind of person he is. But it's just part of the thing. It's just like a legacy thing. He's trying to have this legacy. He doesn't want people to see him as a
One man, please don't forget me. So I round up too.
he
Oh,
doesn't
oh,
want to
oh.
see people see him as anti-Igbo or something like that.
Oh, all right, thank you. So let's go on to Xero then, who is
No,
eager
but
to have it. So go on,
Yes.
CBD.
oh, no,
Hold on.
yeah. Is this a closeout or is just
Yeah,
for
no,
that?
I'm wanting to close it out because I want to really, I have to rush off in a moment. So,
Yeah, if it's a closeout, then let me just say this by
yeah.
finishing. You
Mm,
see, from everything we've been saying and all that, the problem that I think we are still having. I came in shouting how much I agree with Ovie on the point he
mm,
was trying to make of not allowing some kind of people to be the voice, because this thing has to come from the people. You see, that's why I don't know for I don't know, maybe it's because of the kind of background, maybe we come from different backgrounds and we are all here. So some people, the kind of mindset they have, everything has to be centered around politicians. And the truth of the matter is that the politicians, when you that's why when someone tells me that the Igbo did not come from the east to go and meet the other, they are talking about politicians, governors meeting each other. And these people, can we all agree that these people are not the ones that are going to change our life for the better in that country? So why are we still looking at it from, we are expecting these people to be the ones to come and save us? So the whole point I've been trying to make is that we have to approach this thing from the people perspective. The real people, like what someone was saying, was it here yesterday, about the real people, and I think it was Ezerio that was saying something like that. So that's the thing. We are not the same as these people. So we need to, if our brothers in the east and sisters are dying and protesting and doing sit at home and everything, and we are now trying to judge them or evaluate them from the eyes of a politician. How did someone like Opus Odima and what's the name of that Ebonyi guy? We are trying to now look at the people through the eyes of those people. Then we are doing them a very great disservice. So my
all
point is
right.
that we must look at this thing from the people perspective and do your own as a person and forget about these people that are benefiting as much as the Igbos are. The people are marching on the streets in the east and doing sit at home. Their politicians there, most of them are enjoying, they're having the best time of their lives.
All
So why
right.
should we be grouping ourselves in the same thing with all these politicians? So we need to remove that from our mentality. And also, finally, all this, whatever people are saying about, I'm not.
There's nothing wrong with being a trader. It's a noble profession.
I'm not opposing. We are traders. I agree.
There you
But
are.
you must understand
Spare
that
parts.
yeah, obviously, yeah, it's better for our
Who
young.
controls the spare part market in Nigeria?
Are you even as
Who
much as
controls
we
it?
want to push this thing, even if you go to the
Malami confirm am. He compared them with X-Men.
Even before Malami talked, everybody knows now who controls spare parts in Nigeria.
one
Answer
man,
that question. Who
one man,
controls spare parts?
if I bring a list of multinationals and
I know.
major industries owned by
yes.
Igbos, you might even be shocked. But
no, but the don't understand. And I don't straight that they survive through the pandemic.
Who controls the spare parts industry in Nigeria?
CBD, let me give them a better explanation. CBD, we are on the same side.
Is the owner of Epis? Is the owner of Epis a trader?
It started off as a trader. Now it was a spare parts dealer.
CBD, let me help you.
Lumelu is a spare parts dealer now.
Is the owner of Innocent a trader? So
it was a spare parts trader now. But he used to import a motorcycle from China. In fact, and then assemble it. That's how it started.
Look at the list of those banks I've sent to you and see how many are run
Don't
by.
worry. The whole of the wealth in the East is predicated on trading and usually spare parts. This is what we need.
That list is consists of the Yoruba. Did you read that list?
This thing about professors you are saying, if you want to be honest, even before the war, everybody that knows history will tell you that even the Eastern Quarter had the highest number of
educated people,
professors.
Yes, you are right. That was there.
Is that a lie?
All right, let's go on to X0. So X0 now to you.
Yes. Please, one man. I just hope you just help me out by just listening to me. Listen out first.
Okay, go
See,
on.
the reason why people say the Easterners are traders is because in every state, after the Aboriginals, the next in population is the Igbos. So if an Igbo man comes to your state, of course you have the lion's share in your state. But then the Igbo man comes in and he does his little business and he becomes successful. And he becomes successful. Of course, people say, he's a trader here. But if you go to his own region, he's occupied his own region completely. Now, let me explain to you. The Igbo, what you see as imports from spare parts, there are three types of export we know. There are the German or the USA exports, the Belgian, and then the ABA. They make most of these things in that region. There's nothing the Igbo man does not manufacture in this region. The people that you see in your states are the remnants of your better life.
Exactly.
Yes, you understand. Right. So the people you see in your states are the remnants. So they are all self-employed.
So you're judging Igbo by
if you check the
people that come to your state.
You are judging the entire people by the remnants. That's the remnants that don't find place in the
it's not. I don't
know.
It's not
a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying.
It's a good thing.
No, we're not resisting. I'm not resisting. I'm just trying to explain to you. I'm just trying to explain to you that the Igbo man is manufacturing everything. If you mention any product, I'll tell you he's manufacturing it.
Yes,
you understand? He's the one manufacturing, but exactly. But it is good that people think that they are only traders because that saves the industrialists.
But that's not true. What you just said, X0. People don't think they are only traders. People think they are mainly traders. They are mainly
traders. Exactly. And that is good because not everybody can invent. Not everybody can manufacture. So if the bulk of the people are traders, it's good. It's self-employment.
When you think of the North, you don't think of manufacturing or trading, do you? You think of
no. The ones who are not in politics. Yeah, the ones who are not in politics and who are not into farming are basically redundant. They are either layabouts or Almajiris or there's just so much.
So we have all these lazy stereotypes about this, and the lazy stereotype about the Easterners is that they are traders.
But the lazy stereotype about the Yorubas is that they are
trading be lazy.
Well, there you are. So there you are. So that's So there you are. So we have all these lazy stereotypes now. Yeah.
Yes. There's lazy stereotypes. So it's not a matter of it, but it's a good stereotype anyways.
Yeah, but it seems to offend in CBD somewhat. But carry on.
That's why I told him I wanted to help him out because it's not that
CBD is a sensitive soul.
Trading is not a bad thing. I think you should just give it his name.
CBD is taking politicians seriously.
Yes, when you see the go village come back, you don't.
Yes, it don't become sensitive. If you say go village come back, you don't become sensitive.
But one man. Let me talk about this. Buhari giving 102 soldiers some money. I hate to say this, but that's tokenism. In a region that is very rich in natural and human resources, and they lost in the Biafran war, you think that 102 people are the only people that this is the way they dodge the real.
No. You are not addressing the story though. Hold on. You are the one dodging the real issue. X0. He granted 102 Biafran soldiers. You know who Biafran soldiers are? Biafran soldiers were traditionally Nigerian soldiers who crossed over to the Biafran space to fight that ethnic war on the side of their ethnicity.
Yes.
So that was but now it's brought them back in house, giving them their status, granted them a pardon, and then because he has brought them back in, they then get their gratuity. So that's what's happening there. So it's not compensating for any. So I don't know where you're going.
But we are addressing the same issue because if you look at it politically, this man has succeeded in meshing his name into that list as the man who gave Biafran soldiers their relief. That is what he has done. He has just put his name there he has just sealed his name.
Yeah, but that's clever politics now. That's clever politics.
But is that facing the issues? No.
So Buhari now an Igbo hero.
Yeah, a hero for just putting his name. Giving people who deserve. You understand? So I see it as tokenism. That's just it's not.
All right, thank you, X0. For reasons of time, let me go to Thomas. Thomas, are you there? Okay, we don't appear to have did I meet him? Oh, Thomas, are you there? Okay, we don't appear to have Thomas. Okay, let me go on to Ajanle Koko then. Ajanle Koko, to you then, you be the final voice and just quickly on that answer space and then I'll round off. So Ajanle Koko, to you.
Before I go to answers, let me mention about this, your jubilation over this lie and political propaganda by Buhari, telling you guys that he's going to pay Biafran hero, their gratuity and pension. I'm surprised that you and Ovie are chanting and jumping up. Hey, Buhari is our hero. He's going to pay Biafra. Oh, he's making history. What kind of you people have been chanting and jubilating since morning?
Tell them.
Yeah.
Tell them.
What kind of? I mean, how can you just fall easily to cheap political propaganda and lies? They're lying, man. There are several Nigerian soldiers that are not paid their pension and gratuity. There are several Nigerian soldiers that died in this fight against insurgency, that their family have not been paid. And you say that this guy is making history? What kind of history is he making?
Come on, if that is a political move, but it's also a good move. So it's a good move.
It's a wrong approach. Hold on, let me. You have spoken for long. Let me make my own. It's a wrong political move, and I don't see why you guys cannot get it. It's a wrong political move. You think what he's doing, he can use that to placate the people of the East? You think this is the way to solve the problem? No, this is wrong political move. We cannot solve the problem, and you cannot make any history by doing this. Let me tell you, the way to solve the problem is to engage the IPOB. IPOB is the issue. And you kept their leader in detention. You don't want to engage with them. And because of this reason of keeping their leader in detention, that's why they were calling for sit at home. That's why the security of that place is in jeopardy now. But you don't want to engage them, and you think by coming out with this lie and cheap political propaganda, that's the way you can achieve history or cool down the security tension in that place. It's not going to work. It's taking an approach like a person that wants to kill a burning fire. You want to kill a burning fire and you have fire extinguisher. Instead of targeting that extinguisher to the root of the fire, you are targeting the top of the fire. You think you can kill the fire like that? Come on, man.
I don't think that is why he made that move.
Lie.
That's not why he made it.
This is lie. This is propaganda. And we have to call it the way it is. This is deceit. This is a bunch of political criminality, and we have to just condemn it. This is not solving the problem. Where are the family? Have they come up with the family that they paid? Have they shown us that those families that are going to get that 102 family they mentioned that are going to be given this pension and gratuity? Are they showing them to us? They just come on the air and lie to you people, and you people started jubilating and start open up champagne and start dancing palongo. This is cheap political propaganda. Let's condemn it, man.
It's working, yeah.
But is it not a clever political move, though? Is it not a clever? Is it not a clever political move?
I don't know why you're against
it. It's not clever. It's not clever. Let me tell you. Let me tell you what cleverness is when you solve the problem the right way you're supposed to solve it. Yaradua did it. Hold on. Yaradua, hold on. Ovie, let me speak. Yaradua solved the problem when the South Avengers was engaging the federal government in that creek side of the country. Yaradua invited them to table. It's solved. That is the way to solve. You have to engage and solve the problem once and for all. But somebody playing political, cheap political propaganda, and you are saying it's solving the problem. It's not solving. It's not a good political move. It's a wrong political move. It's going to escalate. It's going to escalate the problem. It's not going to solve nothing. It's not to cool down the tension. You want to cool down the tension, take the right approach. When they come out with this kind of nonsense political propaganda. Let us condemn it right from day one, right from the beginning. What we want them to do is to do the right thing. And that is when you will make history and not taking wrong approach. Don't credit them, don't give them any credit or saying it's making a political move don't give them any credit. Condemn it. It's wrong.
All right. Thank you, Ajanle Koko. Ajanle Koko and everyone, for reasons of pressure of time, because I have to be somewhere right now. So I have to shut it down. But this conversation does not end here. We'll reconvene later in the evening, and then we'll pick it up from this point. But people can still come into the comment section to carry on. So I'll leave it here, carry the conversation on within the comment section. But here,
let's do that.
Peace.
What time are you coming on this evening?
10.